Send me live. I'm gonna check it. See, Apostle Ram live just went live.
Yeah, I'm on strike. They got me on strike for that video last night. Oh, sorry ass YouTube. Oh yeah, I got it. I got it. Yeah, you probably didn't see it, but I ain't think about it, man. I had some RT footage of Joe Biden, and I forgot RT banned from YouTube.
Damn.
But yeah, they got me. I wasn't even saying nothing on the video.
Come on. Yeah, Esau go start throwing out them strikes again. Kind of should be good though. Let me make sure the audio. Shalom. All right, cool. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Wakim out there who pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believe in the gospel. And these are a couple of brothers from the Great Millstone Houston camp. You know, we got the beloved Elder Tazapah. You know, I'm the brother Korah Abad. You know, again, as always, the Wadi Yahweh Shim Yahushai, you know, to allow us to come here to do this work, man, to update the elect, you know, on the information that that's going on in the world, which is a lot of things. It's a lot of things to touch on. You know, there's a lot of things we got to vet as we do look through the news, because some things may be false, you know, so we got to vet that. Some things brothers probably already touched on, so we got to go find something else to touch on, you know. Certain things will be huge news, and some things will be just small little tidbits that's going to add on to prophecy being fulfilled. But all in all, a lot is happening in the world, man. So we should rejoice as believers of the Lord, because what we hope and we seeing it play out, which only should give us more confidence as we move forward. You know, but with that, you know, a Shalom Tala Akim Akwaf who may be tuning in, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Brakatham. Y'all brothers come with them precepts. Come with Daniel, Shamal, I see y'all here. Come with them precepts. But other than that, we got a few things we want to touch on, as you see from the title. The first segment, it says 1,000+ earthquakes. Now we know that's a part of prophecy. And it ain't just saying 1,000 earthquakes total in the whole world. That's just in America within 1 week. 1,000+ earthquakes in America, all on the West Coast, within 7 days, man. It's still coming. You know, matter of fact, when earlier, when I was getting the live show started, it was 1,103. And man, the other Tazapah was just talking and updated it, and I was 1,110. So it's more happened within a couple hours just today. Just today, man. In the next segment, you know, we'll touch on, it says the 25th Amendment, which that's dealing with the president. You know, if a president die or if a president is incapable of holding that office, he's gonna have to be removed. And there's been talks lately of Joe Biden being incompetent, you know, incapable to do his job. And look, we have 9 months left until November 5th, the next presidential election. You know, that's a long time, which we had two of our elders here in Houston went into that a couple of days ago. You know, the elder Atazaria and the elder Abaja, that before the next presidential election is a long 9 months. Well, the thing is, if people seeing that Joe Biden is getting worse than what he was, they can push him out of office. It don't have to be just him dying. It's just if you're not able to do the job right, man. You know, and that's been talks. And they talking about Kamala might come in. Kamala might come in. Or look, again, something might happen to this whole election could be postponed. Who knows, man? Who knows? But there's a lot going on. Trump could come back into office, shake things up. So that's exciting. And then we got a World War III update, you know, which Netanyahu, as we touch on this, he further dragging America into World War III, man. Into World War III, because we know he already did the Gaza Strip dirty. He did those Palestinians dirty. Now he ain't quitting. Now he going to the last stage of it, He want to literally put to death everybody on that strip. And they got what, about 1.4 million people left, and he talking about going to attack them. And everybody telling them no, even America. And they ain't stopping. You see, so that's a World War III update. We'll see what that lead to, and a couple other things we might hit on. But other than that, Elder Taza Pop, you got something, a precept, the floor is yours.
Nah, we gonna jump into it.
Okay, con. Oh, I thought I was sharing my screen, man. It's a like it. So I thought y'all was looking at the news with me. So we'll hop into it. Now, as we just mentioned, from the earthquakes. Now, as we see, it says 945. Now, there's a reason I wanted to start with this one, because just that quick, it already went up. Now, this is from Natural News, put out today. It says, in the past week, California and Nevada experienced 945 earthquakes and post-atmospheric river shaking phenomenon. And they got the saying of biblical proportions. These earthquakes that's been happening just within a week have been of biblical proportions. Some been magnitude 1, some been almost touching 6, 7. And I mind you, that's just in America on the West Coast. That's not even including the whole world. So I read a little bit of this and I get to these other articles because it's going to highlight, look, it got worse just in days. And it's a little map of it. Matter of fact, let me refresh this just to see if look, hey, Elder Taza Pop, about 20 minutes ago, it went up 1,110. We refreshed it, 2 more happened. Just that quick in the past 30 minutes, 2 more happened.
Yeah. You can't deny it. Prophecy, prophecies are being fulfilled. We're at the end. All right. So that tells us one thing, those of us who are watching, all right, on our watch, and that is that Most High getting ready to wrap up this man's kingdom. All right. Mene tekel upharsin, out of the book of Daniel. All right, this white boy has been weighed in the balance and found wanting. And yeah, his ass is in deep water, hot water, deep hot water. And then it's about to come to a head soon.
That's it. So I make sure the thing's straight. So it's dead. Okay. So let's hop into this first article. So it says again, in the past week, California and Nevada experienced 945 earthquakes and post-atmospheric river shaking phenomenon. So it says ever since Southern California was struck by that historic atmospheric river rain event a few weeks back, which dumped trillions of gallons of water across large swaths of Ventura, Los Angeles, Orange, and San Diego counties before traveling east across Las Vegas and beyond. The West Coast has been shaken with earthquakes at an incredible volume, man. Come on, in time prophecy, as Lord willing, we'll get here in a few. It says the Southern California Earthquake Data Center reported a total of 945 earthquakes over a recent 7-day period immediately following the rainstorm. Check out this map to see for yourselves where all the movement takes place. We'll jump down. Now this is why I wanted to hit this, right? So it says the big one, because all these things happen. Remember, they got the San Andreas fault that they always talked about. What they got? What's that? The Yellowstone Park, I think close to Colorado. Yellowstone Park, they've been having a lot of earthquakes by there too. So they expecting that thing to blow soon. Right? But let's read it. It says the big one, because it's gonna be some big earthquake that's gonna knock these people off their feet, man. It says the big one, a possible Gulf Stream collapse, and what else? It says most people familiar with California earthquakes have probably heard of the San Andreas fault system, which has been mentioned in television shows and movies for many years. In this case, California's San Jacinto fault system caused the most problems on Monday. In 24-hour period following Monday's quake events, there were another 27 significant quakes of at least 2.5 magnitude that further shocked the Golden State And let's not forget the 4.6 magnitude earthquakes that shook Malibu last week. And I mind you, it's not just small earthquakes on a scale, but look at the scale over here, right? And they're getting up to 4, 5, because you can see how big they are. Like, look, this one up here, that big one, that's like a 5, 6. They got some more big ones down here, close to 5, 6, the size of 5, 6. Right, but let's go back to this. Now check this out. It says, it has been a long time since there has been a swarm of earthquakes this large. Should the number of earthquakes in a week exceed 1,000 in California, right? So they're saying if this do happen, it says people might want to really start paying attention. And the reason I wanted to start with this article first is because it already exceeded over 1,000. So people need to start paying attention now, which they should have been, but they gave the number 1,000 and it's far over that now, man. You see, it's far over that. So I'm gonna jump to this article right here. We can read a little bit of this and we'll get some precepts to back up what we're reading. Let's jump. Let me see. Let me jump down some. So it says, I'll start right here. Well, first, this article is from End Time Headlines, and it says California and Nevada have been rocked by nearly 1,000 earthquakes in 746 days. And now, I mean, not 746 days, 7 days, and now it's up to 1,112 as of today, February 15th. It says that is a whole lot of shaking, as you can see from this map. Southern California has been pummeled more than anywhere else. Could it be possible that trillions of gallons of water that were dumped on a region earlier this month? Okay. It says earlier this month have something to do with this. It says I jumped down 13 significant earthquakes, including one.
The sound messing up. I can't hear you out. Shit, I don't have any sound. Yeah, we can't hear anything. Yeah, okay. Oh shit. Yeah.
Okay, y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear me now. Baba Kasha. It's a lucky too for the technical difficulties. Okay, Khan, the water out. I'm trying to get the toss of pop back. Khan, the water. You know, Satan got to get in now. It's all good though. We gonna keep rolling, you know, through the spirit. So as you know, highlight these articles again. It says it was over 1,000 earthquakes in the past 7 days. 1,000 earthquakes in the past 7 days. Now again, that's about. Let's get this first. How shot. So this Matthew 24. There you go. Okay, Con. They said we back up. They said the song back good.
Okay, Con.
Yeah, I was about to get that Matthew 24. I know you had it. I don't know if you want to read it, or I'll read it for you.
Yeah, I bring it that.
Okay, Con, you got it.
Okay, cool. All right. So this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Messiah, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go into it?
Come, and Yahushua named many things that we was gonna see here in these latter days. But for the context of the topic, we're saying what? Earthquakes. That's one thing to look for. You see, that's one thing to look for, and it's all going around the same time of famine, pestilences, right? And earthquakes in diverse places. I'll get another quick one in Second Esdras, because the Lord said that's how you know He was going to be visiting the earth when you start seeing earthquakes in the world. I get this real quick. Second Esdras chapter 9 and verse 1. Because when you go into this at the end of 8, Esdras asked the Lord, he said, look, you showed me everything that's going to happen in the end times, but exactly when it's going to happen. Esdras wanted to know the year, the exact date. Well, in Second Esdras 9, the Lord told him this. Second Esdras 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. Right. I ain't going to tell you. You got to look out into the world. That's how you going to know.
Mm-hmm.
It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So he about to name some things that Ezra's going to have to see to know he was in the end times. And the time when the Most High was going to be judging the world. Let's see the first one that the Lord going to mention. Verse 3, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, the first one. Therefore, when they shall be seen earthquakes, what's the article we read? California and Nevada have been rocked by nearly 1,000 earthquakes in 7 days. And now, as of today, February 15th, is 1,112 earthquakes, man. So if this ain't what the Lord said, when you start seeing these things, then you're going to know you at the end and I'm visiting. Well, we seeing it, man. Verse 3, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things that were from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So it's clear we at the end seeing these type of things, man. Seeing storms of biblical proportion, death of biblical proportion, earthquakes of biblical proportions, man. You know, so as it's saying Habakkuk 2, the Bible is speaking. The Lord has given us signs to know He's judging the world, and we that much more closer to Yahweh Shai coming. You know, but you got something, Quan?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring out real quick. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 5. Whoso keepeth the commandments shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment, because to every purpose there is time and judgment. Therefore, the misery of man is great upon him. All right. So, whoso keepeth the commandments shall feel no evil thing. All right. And so, Christianity has failed our people big time. I'm talking about this plantation Christianity. It has failed our people big time because they're telling you that the laws, statutes, commandments, and the judgments of the Most High are done away with. You know, all you gotta do is just walk around and talk about how good, sweet Jesus is, and go to their synagogues, these Catholic churches, and give these men your money, and the Lord is gonna bless you and preserve a seat for you in the kingdom of heaven. Well, that's a goddamn lie. All right. Because it says right here, Ecclesiastes 8 and 5, whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing. All right. And a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. So this is, you know, because we know from Ecclesiastes, the same book. I'm gonna grab this real quick. And this is Ecclesiastes 12. Okay, here we go. Select. Yeah, here we go. All right, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13 tells us, it says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. It says, fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. It didn't mention a specific time. This is the duty of man, period. This is why you're put here on this earth. All right, to fear the Lord and to keep his commandments. That's our entire duty. So back in Ecclesiastes 8 and 11, when it says, whoso keepeth the commandment, it wasn't talking about in the days of old or days that's past. No, it's talking about to this very day. All right, because Judges 5 and 11 tells us that they that are delivered from the noise of the archers, all right, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts,
Right.
which are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So, you know, this is why we do these lessons, why our brethren, they do the lessons, so we can keep Jake on their toes and hold Jake feet to the fire, so to speak, hold Jake accountable according to the prophecies, that they may have no cloak for their sins. Because the Lord said, if I had not had come and spoke to them, then they would have had a cloak for their sin. But now they don't, because we out here doing these lessons and telling you. So if you're wise, you'll take heed. But if you want to be a fool, then pass on by. And the scriptures say, the simple pass on and are punished.
That's right.
I forget where that's at.
I get it.
Yeah, if you can find out, if you know where that's at,
I got it right here for you.
Bring that out for me.
This Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hide of himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
Right. They don't take heed and they walk on by, as the song say. You know, they either see us on the street and stroll on by, or they see us on the internet and they scroll on by. People just strolling and scrolling until, you know, well, to their judgment. But the prudent or the wise, they're going to take heed. All right. So this is why we do these lessons. But yeah, go ahead.
So I put those articles in the chat, and also put this this map and its timeline of the earthquakes that's going on. As you can see, 945 last week. This week in the blue, you got, you know, a couple of them, and you got 1 or 2 today. So things are speaking, man. The Lord is speaking in the earth. You know, now we'll move on to the second segment. Because, you know, I thought this was funny, but it's been talks. You know, Joe Biden, that he's unfit to be in the position he in. And when I first seen this, like I said, certain articles we gotta like fact check them because a lot of things are false. Like Trump say fake news. But I looked this up and it actually talks about this that he tripping, Biden tripping. Republicans know it and they see it, and Democrats know it and they see it. And even when I looked it up, they always got to have those fact checkers to say, nah, that's false. This is the thing. Even without these articles, everybody see Biden unfit to rule. That's clear. We don't need a fact checker to tell us what is and what ain't. We see it, man. Matter of fact, let me see. I'm gonna just type in Biden unfit.
That's right.
So look, it's news. It's out there. Yes, he's unfit. So we ain't just pulling our articles. No, he unfit. He can't do it. And even without them saying, look, a day ago, 2 days ago, 4 days ago, he unfit. Right? And we see it ourselves. Elder Tyler Power, I was looking at a video today. I'm gonna have to shoot it to you, and it's on the article. But Putin, they was asking Putin, who you want to win, Trump or Biden? He said, I want Biden to win. He said, because Biden easy to predict. That's why I want him to win. He said he an old school. I forget how he put it. He said pretty much he old school. He easy to predict. He said Trump kind of do what he want. I'd rather have Biden in office. Come on, man. But everybody see, you got it?
No, go ahead. No,
but just like the lawyer said, America have become a laughingstock. This is the leader of the country, what they call him, the commander-in-chief.
Right? Of the free world.
Yep. Come on, man.
And that's that. They speaking of that, the free world, that's showing you they want to destroy the free world. And we see every day our freedoms eroding. The little bit that we had as Hebrew Israelites, they quickly disappearing. And Esau, Edom, they up in arms because now they being treated like third-class citizens. Well, second, third class, whatever. Now they feeling what we felt here in America. So it's good, it's just beautiful to see. It's poetic justice, but we got to go through this, this straight gate, through this fire, this turmoil that's getting ready to come, Jacob's trouble. But yeah, you got it, brother.
So what happened to this? Now, this from naturalnews.com. It was put out yesterday. And again, even when I seen it, I thought it was some BS, but I looked it up and they have other articles backing it up, man. And my thing was, I ain't gonna lie, I admit, but until I looked it up today, as you see the 25th Amendment, I always thought that the only way a president could get removed is if he died, or he'd be what's the word if you be put out what's the word when they was trying to do Trump?
Impeached.
Yeah, impeached. Or if you get impeached, right? That was the only two ways that, speaking for myself, I thought a president could get removed, whether he get impeached or whether he died. But come to find out, within this 25th Amendment, that ain't the only way a president can get removed. So I hop into it. So this from naturalnews.com.
Look, how did all this come about? Because he was incompetent from day one. All right. But they was just letting him go on the back. He's just a puppet anyway. He's just a figurehead, So he was confident from day one. But now they're pushing this because he just had that trial. And so they had to declare him mentally unfit so that he wouldn't get impeached. Because I just thought about that when you said impeached, because he was on trial for all of that Hunter Biden shit, if I'm remembering correctly. I think that's what it was about. But he got out of that stating that he was mentally unfit. So now it's got to be addressed with him running this country. Because had it not been for that, they'd have let this fool, finish his tenure. But now they're being forced to do something because now the court just ruled. That's been a ruling in the court that he's mentally incapable. Or he's incompetent. Yes, we all knew that from day one. But yeah, brother.
So the title says Biden gaffes, and that word for gaff It says, quick Google, and like our apostles told us, look these words up. So it says, gaffe, an unintentional act or remark causing embarrassment to its originator, or it can mean a blunder, man. In other words, it says a careless or stupid mistake. And we seen Biden do this a lot. He falling, can't get up, saying the wrong things, calling people out their name, calling countries the wrong country. You see? So let's read. It says,
in Cali, they used to have a term gaffled. CMW had a song Compton Most Wanted back in the day, MC8. So that might be where that go back to, gaffled. But go ahead,
So it says Biden gaffes and repeated stumbles spur nervous talks about the 25th Amendment and Kamala taking over. Man, imagine if that was, and I mind you, let's look this up just to see how long Joe Biden got, because we might say, well, the election this year, he ain't got long. Is the presidential election. Let's find out. November 5th. November 5th. That's 9 months. That's a long time. Just like the elders out here just did a lesson. That's a long time until November 5th. That's 9 months. A lot can happen within 9 months. A lot can happen. Remember, we got World War III on the brinks. You see, the MOTB, that's here. The Israel and Gaza situation, all these things are here. Who knows what can happen? Look, it might not even be that Biden unfit. It may happen that he might lay it down before 9 months.
Yep.
So it's a lot of possibilities, man. And what you think these gung-ho Americans gonna do, these good old boys, these MAGA hat wearing, if this thing right here get in the office? Come on, man.
Come on. Nobody like her. But yeah, also, you got to keep this in mind, because in New York, they're posting as commercials, all right, public service announcements of what to do in case of a nuclear attack. All right. That's public service announcements that's being played in New York. And we know we got terrorists here. So yes, man, shit, come on, man. America is a big ass powder keg. I'm just waiting for the shoe to drop. Or the other shoe to drop. But go ahead.
That's right. Oh, I forgot about those terrorists. Can't forget that.
Yeah, we got terrorists over here, bro.
Come on, man.
Shit.
Yeah, man. So it's a lot happening. It's speaking of those which the Northern Kingdom of Israel, but illegals. Now they're going into California and Arizona, which we might hit this later on. But now they're pouring into California and Arizona since Greg Abbott blocking the border of Texas. So a lot is happening, man, and can happen before the next election. So let's hop into this article. So it says Biden gaffes and repeated stumbles spurs talks about the 25th Amendment and Kamala taking over. It says President Joe Biden's public speaking errors and stumbling incidents have prompted rumors of the 25th Amendment being invoked, and Vice President Kamala, or as she said, Kamala Harris taking over. It says the 25th Amendment, which we'll read it, which outlines presidential succession, gives the vice president, now check this out. So the 25th Amendment, which outlines presidential succession, gives the vice president and the executive cabinet power to remove the commander-in-chief from office via a majority vote in the event of the president being no longer fit for office. Now, it's very clear Joe Biden ain't fit. It's clear. But now it's to the point, we know the Republicans, they've been calling it out, but now it's to the point that the Democrats, they got to speak on it now. Because look, they tired of, babying him, making excuses for him, sending that black woman, what her name, Pierre, to speak for him. Now it's to the point they can't back him up no more. They got to do something. So I'm going to read this again, and I'll get the quick point in this 25th Amendment.
And that bitch, she just collecting a check. Karine Jean-Pierre, when I watch her, I watch to see what she ain't gonna say. You don't watch her to see what she gonna say. You watch to see what she's not going to say because she don't answer nobody's question.
Right.
Or either she give a real sly remark or some half-ass remark, but this whole administration is a goddamn joke. But go ahead, brother, read it.
So I read this part again. It says the 25th Amendment, which outlines presidential succession. Now, this is the point, gives the vice president and the executive cabinet, and it's a point. So the people on the president's side, which we know is the Democrats, now they speaking up. So then
Yep.
cahoots with it too, it says, so this 25th Amendment, it says, gives the vice president and the executive cabinet power to remove the commander-in-chief from office via a majority vote in the event of the president being no longer fit. Now, I pulled this up. This is from the constitutioncenter.org, so it's legit. It's from the government. National Constitution Center. It says the 25th Amendment, and again, I always thought you had to get you had to die, or you had what is called again? Zaquan, I forgot.
Yeah, impeachment.
Impeached. That's not the only way. According to the 25th Amendment, you don't just have to die and you don't just have to get impeached, but it could be a disability. It says the 25th Amendment, presidential disability and succession. And guess what the first one is? And it's straight to the point. Straight to the point. In case of the removal, section 1, in case of the removal of the president from office or of his death or resignation, the vice president shall become president. You see?
Then who becomes vice president?
Right here it says.
Oh, sorry, you don't know.
No, I don't know. I don't know that one. I don't know that one.
Now it's set up for the Speaker of the House because he's the next in line. So the Speaker goes to the vice, and then they would have to appoint a new Speaker, Mike Johnson. So, but
look,
they do what the fuck they want to do. Go ahead,
Now, so I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just saying this back you up what you were saying. It says Representative Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, is second in line to succeed the president after the vice president.
Yeah, if the vice president is gone, yeah. But if the vice president moved the president, then he has to fill that spot that way also. But like I said, they do what the hell they want to do. They know people don't understand the inner workings of government, so they just doing what it's a free fall in this government. But yeah, brother.
Hey, Zaquan, you know what's cold? Because the precept was going to get on this one was that House divided. Now, Mike, we know Kamala, ain't she Democrat? But it's Mike Johnson, he a member of the Republican Party. So you had a the new president would be a Democrat if it happened, hypothetically speaking, and you got the vice president as Republican.
That's right.
That's division. Come on, man, that's division right there. And that sounds like a civil war to me, one side against the other side, the Union against the Confederate. Republican against Democrat. Come on, man. So I go back to it. And again, this is an actual thing. Let's look at disability just to see. It says disability, a physical or mental condition that limits a person's movement, senses, or activity. Is that not Joe Biden? So because he's incapable, let's go back to this. I'll read a little bit of it. We did it, Joe. It says the 25th Amendment, which outlines President Elder Taspa, you had a precept real quick.
No, I got that Matthew 12 whenever you're ready.
Okay, Con. It says the 25th Amendment, which outlines presidential succession, gives the vice president and the executive cabinet power to remove the commander-in-chief from office via a majority vote in the event of the president being no longer fit for office. Biden recently, and again, this may seem like, this ain't nothing to do with the MOTB, this ain't nothing to do with prophecy. I can't bring out a lot of precepts on this, but it's important to pay attention to the small things because you know what's going on. We know what to look for, man. It says Biden recently. You got it.
All right, I mean, just going back to the moniker, if you will, the devil is in the details. All right. So yeah, you got to scrutinize right now. You got to scrutinize everything. You know, there's nothing that's insignificant. It'd be the small things that you miss that end up biting you in the ass. But you got it, brother.
Hey, the water to that brother, because I was looking for this. I was looking at 2 Ezra 6, but the water to that brother for this. I'm gonna bring this up real quick because this goes into what we talking about. The water. This the brother Daniela. 2 Ezra 9:3 in the GNT. Because remember, we got the earthquakes at first, right, Zaquan? We got the earthquakes. That's the
Wait,
end
what
time
did you read a
sign.
while ago?
Mm-hmm.
What did
Yep.
you read a while ago? Wasn't you in 2 Ezra 9?
But I had the KJV.
Yeah.
Yeah, this the
Okay.
GNT. Now check this
Right,
out.
right.
This is like I'm getting a little
Yeah.
excited.
Go
This
ahead.
another
Go
end
ahead.
time sign. Kind of this another end time sign. So we got earthquakes, but this what else to hit on what we talking about with Biden them. 2 Ezra 9:3 GNT. There will be earthquakes, national rebellions, international intrigues, and unstable leaders and confused rulers. When you see
Mm-hmm.
these things happen, right? Oh, he ain't finished. You got to finish that.
Yep, yep, yep.
Let's go finish that. You ain't finished it out. That's cold, man. So we read end time prophecy. Let's read it again. Let's start at 9.
Right.
2 Ezra 9:1 in the GNT. He answered, consider all these things very carefully. When you see that some of the signs I have told you about have appeared, you will know that the time has come when the Most High will bring judgment on the world he has created. So these are some of the signs. And after we read them, it's clear the Most High is judging as we speak, man. 2024 AD. It says, verse 3, the first one, there will be earthquakes. We got that earlier, over 1,000 in 7 days, just in America. So that's happening. It says there shall be earthquakes, national rebellions. We seeing that, international intrigues. Intrigue is curiosity. You know, one group want to join this group. You know, bricks because it sound good what they doing. You know, well this one got their CBDC started. It sound good, but this what else will be a sign of the end? It says unstable leaders and confused rulers. And that's what we're reading about with Joe Biden, an unstable leader. It says, and when you see these things happen, you will know that they are what the Most High has spoken about since the beginning of the creation, man. So it's not the Bible speaking to our beautiful precept, bro. On time. On time. Unstable leaders, we're reading about it. That's why they're talking about the 25th. So let's get back to the article. Where we at? Okay, so it says Biden recently. So check this out. So this is an interview on just a few examples on how he be talking. It says Biden recently set off alarm bells among Democrats and Republicans, so his opposition party and the party that's with him. It says after a messy press conference, the briefing was convened in response to a report released by the Department of Justice Special Prosecutor Robert Hur. Man, can y'all hear me? Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You can still hear me? Okay, come.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because every time I hear that beep, that's when like the volume cut. I don't know why I do that. But yeah, you know, comment board, y'all can let me know too. So let's read this. So in a recent interview with this man, a special prosecutor called Robert Hur, it says, despite insisting that his memory is fine, Biden mistakenly referred to Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi as the leader of Mexico.
And that's what I so that's what I put in the video yesterday. And they struck me for that. I put that clip of him. Yeah, he was talking. Yeah, he was just bugged out. He said he was talking about Israel. Well, it's saying Egypt here, but in his mind, I think he was thinking Israel because he said, "I'm the one told Sisi, which I think he meant BB, to open the gate and let the humanitarian aid in." You know, so he all over the place. But I put that on the video, and AI got pissed off and took it down.
Man.
Yep.
Con. So he called the Egyptian president the leader of Mexico, a position that belongs to Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador. And it says, and earlier, Biden also recounted talking to two long dead European politicians
Right.
about the January 6, 2021, riot at the Capitol. This is what he said. The chief executive reportedly showed how he talked about the incident with Germany's Helmut Kohl and Francois Mitterrand. The problem is Kohl died in 2017 while Mitterrand died in 1996.
Mm-hmm.
So Biden talking, he was like, yeah, I was, talking to two of my, I guess friends, two of these people I know well, one from, Germany, the other one from France, about the situation with January 6th, at the Capitol. Well, the problem is one died in 2017 and one died in 1996. You see? So he don't even remember who he talking about or talking to. Even if they're alive or dead, he's just talking. So how could you even trust this man with top secret information? Say, look, when times do get hard, and look, these nations really at their wits' end to where anything a person could say that could piss another nation off. You don't want to put a man like this on the forefront. He might say the wrong thing at the wrong time, and we know what prophecy say, that America gonna do something or say something that's gonna get even the allies to turn their backs on him. Come on, man. So you don't want this man to be a leader. And I read a little bit more. It says, but the prospect of Harris becoming their chief executive is more alarming. Right now, I jump down. It says, breaking down the 53% of correspondents who viewed Harris poorly, 42% said they espouse a very negative view, while 11% said they hold somewhat a negative view. So, in other words, people rather Biden Harris. Right now, who knows what can happen? It's just something. The scriptures speak about, a leader coming in the end who the people don't want, as the brother just got unstable leaders. Right, so I'll read a little bit of this, and we can get that precept you had, Zaquan.
Yeah, I got another one too.
Okay, Con. So somebody said the president is not well. This is exactly why the 25th Amendment exists, and that was said by Representative William Timmons, a Republican from South Carolina. And he also said, but even Democrats know the only thing worse than a Biden presidency is a Harris presidency. Please pray for our nation. So you don't think these good old boys know that, these Trump supporters? How you think they go react? That might be the thing to kick off the Civil War. If Biden leaving and they get another Democrat who gonna do worse. And then, like the elder was saying, then the Chief Justice gonna have to come in and hear Republican. That's division in the House. And that's prophecy.
Damn.
Come on, man.
And she was just another face. That's why you don't see her. They use her to get Biden elected because they know how you niggas are. Trust me, they know you niggas. So they gave you a black woman because they know you niggas love a black woman with that Umar Johnson spirit. And so, she's not one of us. At least I don't think. But she's a brown face. And so that helped Biden to get elected. Then once he got elected, you don't see that bitch no more. They put her in the closet.
Right.
Cause she just a figurehead, a face. Every time you see her, she's just talking about some shit ain't nothing. She was in the kitchen. I did a video. She was in a kitchen somewhere and talking about what the fuck was she saying? About redemption. She was talking about redemption in the kitchen somewhere. and it's like you the border czar. She was appointed border czar. You don't never hear her talk about the border, give no speeches, try to show strength, come up to give the people reassurance. No, they just put her ass up in the closet. Like you do a toy that you finish, you got old to you, you you through with the shit, you just put it in the closet. And then, you know, that's her. So yeah, it's gonna be some shit one way or the other, you know. But you got it, brother.
Kind of, I read this last little excerpt from this, and we can get the precepts. It says, so this one person said, I said it last year, and I'll say it again. Right? It says, I said it last year, and I'll say it again. Biden won't be the Democratic nominee. Now it's just starting to get obvious. The entrepreneur wrote in the X post, "It's playing out exactly as predicted, and we're still in the early innings. Brace yourself for what's ahead. 2024 will be a wild ride, man. And we have 9 more months until the next president, as they say, get put into office. The thing is, that's a long time until then. What can happen? What other dumb things Biden might say or do? This time he might fall coming off the plane and he might snap his neck. He already old, might break something. So it's a lot of things that can happen. So hey, stay tuned for that, Stay tuned for that. Look, hey, it might be Trump might come in and shake things up. Who knows, man? Who knows? But yeah, you could get what you got, Saquon.
Yeah, I got a quick one here. This is in Job chapter 18. I'm gonna start at verse 12. To go with the precept, it says talk about unstable leaders and something. It was another term in there, but anyway, this to speak to that. In Job 18 and 12, it says, "His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. It shall dwell in his tabernacle because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation." So the point there being is that his confidence shall be rooted out. All right, confidence means you sure of yourself and you know what the hell you're doing. Well, you got unstable leaders. They're unstable for a reason because the Most High has brought them into derision. And so now, yeah, they like cornered in on the chessboard and they don't have a move to make. So whichever move they make is disaster. But hey, this disaster spells joy for us. So what you got it, brother? You want that you want Matthew?
Yeah, you got it.
All right, in Matthew chapter 12, verse 25, it says, "And Yahweh knew their thoughts and said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? And if I by Beelzebub," go ahead, brother.
Now you got it. You got it.
It said, "And if I by Beelzebub cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. But if I cast out devils by the Spirit of the Most High, then the kingdom of the Most High is come unto you." All right. So yeah, America is a house divided. And we know Isaiah 19, the Lord said that he was going to set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. That's a house divided. Those Egyptians are referring to you Babylonians here in America. The Most High has put y'all at odds against one another. All right, so yeah, there's no way that this place can stand. Then you bringing in all of these people who have no ties to America or America's customs, and they coming across the border. They don't give a fuck about your constitution. They don't give a fuck about none of your shit. They gonna come over here and do their shit, how they did in their country, you know, and have no regard for your laws. You seen that with them guys that beat up the police, and all of them but one um, was let go back into the street. They didn't get deported. They didn't get nothing. They just went through the revolving door system of justice here, so-called justice, and all them guys are back on the streets except for one. So if the police ain't safe, hey, you women in trouble. They don't give a damn. And brother, you read this damn near every week, right? That in Second Ezra 15,
Mm-hmm.
I go, they should not regard their kings or princes, that the course of their actions should stand in their own power.
That's right.
So they coming over here, they don't give a fuck about your society and none of that. So yeah, this is a powder keg. And what's going to ignite it is we just waiting to see. We just waiting to see. It'll take a little spark, one little spark. You know, 9/11 happened, nobody had a clue, except for those responsible. People went on to work like it was just regular every day, you know, go to work, and then bam, almost 3,000 people died. So, hey man, hey, y'all want to turn a deaf ear to the word of the Lord? Okay, now it's time to pay up. Y'all ain't want to take heed to the prophets, to these prophecies. Y'all ain't want to get y'all shit together. Okay, go on out there and chase that bag. You know, the bag is a joke. The bag is a joke, nigga. This money ain't. Well, I was telling the brother before we started, and this is Jim Willie. Jim Willie be on it as far as the economy, and he said that it's 10 trillion in bonds come due in June. 10 trillion. That means all of these bonds that America has issued and reissued and issued again, some of them bonds, the same bonds have been reissued 2, 3, 4 times. So they're gonna come back. And America got to honor, well, they ain't been honoring it, but they supposed to honor those bonds and pay off those people who bought those bonds. So it's gonna be some shit. You thought last summer was hot? This summer is gonna get extreme. Yeah, it's so much, it's just hard to keep everything straight. It's a lot going on. It's a lot brewing. So go ahead, brother. I ain't gonna get long-winded.
No, kind of that's on point. Yeah, pa. So we'll end it with this, this last segment right here, and it's that World War III update.
Before you go into that, I just like we talked earlier before the live stream.
Mm-hmm.
I think all this is by design with Joe Biden, because America is on one accord with one thing, all right, and that is that this administration sucks. And that's across the board. That's across the aisles, both Republicans and Democrats. As the brother just put the article up there, both Republicans and Democrats agree that Joe Biden is unfit. And most of Americans, unless they've been under a rock, they're not happy with the job that the Biden-Harris administration has been doing. So you do have people on one accord for the most part with that. So what that does is that sets the perfect grounds to bring in a dictator. You know, when you look at the playbook that took place in Weimar Germany, this is Weimar 2.0. This is the Weimar Republic 2.0 here in America, right? Right before Hitler rose to power, he rose to power with the backing of the people. And what was he preaching? The homeland. Same thing with Trump, make America great again. America is their homeland. So I see this same play being ran. And the brother got up there, see, that's from the Illuminati card game from Steve Jackson, put this out in the 90s. And it got a guy on that card look exactly like Trump. That card says, enough is enough. People are fed up here. So they might pull that Trump card and bring him in as the first dictator because all of the people is pretty much galvanized against. Now there's a such thing as niggas for Trump. That's a thing, niggas for Trump. When in 2020, Trump was racist and 2016, Salakia, 2016, just for me speaking about Trump, niggas didn't want to have nothing to do with me. I wasn't saying nothing favorable or, unfavorable about him. I'm just, speaking on his policies, and niggas was mad at me. But now you got niggas for Trump. And that's just, you got to look at this. Remember, the devil is in the details. Mm-hmm. So you got to look at all these things. The stage is set right now, the perfect time for a dictator, and all you got to do is go back and study Weimar Republic. They had the same rainbow activities, the weirdoism things were going on. They had inflation running rampant. People were basically burning money to stay warm. Taking wheelbarrows of money to the store just to get a loaf of bread to eat, an entire wheelbarrow full of the worthless cash. So I see the same thing playing out here in America. And as I told the brother too earlier, I want to say 33, Hitler was Time Magazine Person of the Year because everybody loved him. Mm-hmm. Now look, you got Trump. Everybody loved Trump. And so they got Hitler put in, and he cleaned up Germany. He did that. He cleaned it up. But, hey, we know about the rest of it. He got to ethnically cleaning up Germany as well. So I can see easily the same thing playing out. We got the weirdoism here. We got $34 trillion in debt. Putin said the same thing in that interview with Tucker Carlson. And I'm gonna bring this out when we get back to these scriptures, but he said, yeah, y'all, you got 33, he said $33 trillion in debt. You got your borders open. So he said, yeah, that's, why not go to war with, like you ain't got nothing better to do. Let's go to war with Ukraine.
Right.
Yeah, he said that. So everybody's looking and watching, but yeah, we could very well be being set up for a dictator because this got to be by design. Mm-hmm. From Joe and Kamala to Trump, all of this has to be by design to bring in this dictator because we know they want to turn America into a third world country. Third world countries, all the ones that I've seen have had dictators. Mm-hmm. They'll give you an election, they'll give you an election, but the CIA puts in plants. So you're not electing these people. So this is where I see America going. But yeah, we can go ahead, brother. Enough is enough. All them crackers, they mad, upset. This is my America. This is my country, and you got all these people coming over here. See, they getting all this good stuff for free. Boy, I mean, they getting a free ride. Boy, I mean, you can't. Man. Boy, they rolling out the red carpet for these people. And you think that don't rub Esau? You think that don't get under Esau's skin? Shit, you gonna see some shit. Go ahead, I.
Now that's heavy. That's beautiful. But it makes sense though, and we'll see. But I'm gonna get this precept. I'm gonna get this precept and shalom to the big boy Yakana Yahweh Shema Shah Brakatah. Real quick.
Uh-huh.
Sirach 5:15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter, right? The main prophecies, the CBDCs, the World War Threes, right? But it says, or in a small matter, the little points that like the elder just made. Just because he was one, trying to, man, look, it was points to be made. Remember, the Lord, when he speak through his men, it ain't always just him, us got to bring out precepts. Sometimes he speak through his men, or should I say a lot, when we speaking, man. It's just like he just said, the details of the things, just the fine print. The fine print, it will make so much sense. And we'll get back to it. But for Trump to come in, who knows how it's gonna go? But a dictator, because even and again, Trump will be the perfect one. And these just kind of examples. The Illuminati call with the Trump face, enough is enough, right? At any time you could be dropped by a sniper. And like you said, Elder Tazapah, it got to be somebody with charisma. Well, look, this is another card, and they saying it could be Trump, the charisma leader. You see,
Sure is.
And this the last point I want to make. I want to tie to Revelation 13, because when Trump came in at first, before Biden, everybody loved him. Look, a lot of people hated him, but this is the thing: the Republicans, these white boys, America, they loved him. Now the Democrats and niggas hated him. Now, because of Biden, the white boys love him more and want him more, and now niggas want him too. Everybody want Trump, because why? He was that dude. Right, he was for America, MAGA, make America great again. They made money, businesses went up, jobs, was booming. This the thing. So people go expect that to happen again when he come back. They go expect that, but this time the tide's gonna turn, and it make me think of that Revelation 13. Now, although it's talking about the Democratic and Republican Party, but how I said he spake as a lamb, or he acted as a lamb, but he gonna speak as a dragon. People think Trump will come back in lamb form. He go come back in that true dragon form. Remember, apostles say this was Nero too. Nero stirred up shit, man. Nero stirred up shit. So again, we have a long 9 months until the election, but even when that happens, who knows what's gonna happen, man. But it's about to go down though. We're in them times. You see, and look, it is another thing we was talking about other times apart. We ain't just saying Trump, putting that dictator title on Trump. But remember a couple months ago what he said, a couple years ago, that he wanted to make it a police state. And he also said he wanted to bring back guillotines and a firing squad. You see? But again, we'll see. We'll see, But that's pretty much all I had on that portion. You had something else, or you want to move on? Or you want to end it up? You want to end it there? End it there?
Salaki, bro, you can bring out that you had one more? Oh, that was it.
That Netanyahu, how he, he gonna continue to draw America out, how he forcing his hand.
That's up to you, brother.
How long we been going? An hour? Yeah, we could be quick with it. We could be quick with it.
All
right. We could be quick with it. Because all I have for this was the least of the flock, further highlighting World War III, or adding to World War III. So we'll hop into this. We got it in the title, so we're gonna feed the body. So this was put out yesterday. Is naturalnews.com. Now, again, as you've probably seen brothers go into it during the Super Bowl while everybody was distracted, with Taylor Swift and Patrick Mahomes and all that. Israel, they was targeting Gaza again, man, shooting missiles on this city called Rafah. Now, why that means or why that's significant is because not Putin, but Netanyahu. Why that's significant? Because when Netanyahu, remember when they first started striking the Gaza Strip, it was northern Gaza. And he told them, look, if you want to be spared, y'all better flee to southern Gaza, right on the border of Egypt, which that city is called Rafah. And so now that Netanyahu and these Israeli forces bomb northern, middle Gaza, right? Send ground troops through there, killed a lot of people already. Now everybody in Gaza rushed to the bottom of it, pretty much got their back against the wall on Egypt. Now he want to go after that. He want to go after that. So we see the Lord got it on this man's spirit. He want blood. And why is this significant? Because he's showing no mercy to these Palestinians. That's going further. And look, the UN telling him stop, don't do it. America telling them stop, don't do it.
Yep.
They still doing it. And if he's still gonna go this far, now if your allies telling you don't do it, what you think Iran gonna want to do? Because you pushing on one of their proxy groups, one of their groups, you know, the Hamas, so on and so forth. And then Russia gonna have to get in because they help Iran. Then China. So this is gonna lead America to be drugged. This is gonna lead America to be drugged into World War III by Israel, as you know, as we always go into. Not saying, you know, he on this lesson, but you know, the whole body of great millstone. But these are things that's gonna add to that. Now, hopping in real quick, it says Netanyahu goes rogue. See, he lost his mind, but it ain't that he lost his mind. The spirit of the Lord is making this man do this. That's what it's saying in Proverbs, that the king's heart is in the hands of the Most High. So it says IDF will invade Rafah safe zone despite presence of 1 million refugees. Showtime now I read a little bit. So it says an area in southern Gaza where Israel had reportedly told Palestinians civilians to flee for safety after Israel Defense Forces, or the IDF, invaded northern Gaza, is now under attack by Israel. So they're saying the same place that Israel told these Palestinians to escape, that's the same place they're attacking them. Right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Which that's Esau form for you. Right? He make a treaty, tell you do something like, I ain't gonna get you there, but he go come get you. So it says Rafah, which is the city, a relatively large city in Gaza that borders Egypt, is the next location of Israel's ongoing ethnic cleansing operation. Even though it is a designated safe zone where upwards of 1.4 million Palestinian civilians, most of them refugees from other areas of Gaza that have since been raided or razed by the IDF. There are currently about 1 million refugees from other areas of Gaza and Rafah now live. So you got 1.4 million people there. And Netanyahu got it on his mind and he want to wipe all them out. What you think gonna happen if this man even getting close to attempting that, man? What Iran gonna do? They're gonna have to make a move. And look, this hot news too. Speaking of Iran, this came out yesterday. Iran tests ballistic missiles in preparation for a strike on Israel. They getting ready too. In other words, you move, we gonna move. And not just Israel. When you read the article, it's America and Israel bases.
Yeah, you know, make right the arrows.
Yep. They did a simulation, let's see. And it was pretty much targeting America, US, and Israeli bases, you know. And they got it up in here too about how Russia, you know, leadership with Russia. I thought in the chat, but that's good too. So look, Iran got on their mind as well. So if Israel think about doing this, one, they're gonna upset their allies because the UN and America telling them don't do it. It's gonna make the situation worse. And then if they do, then what about the enemies now? So going back to it, it says officials at the United Nations, or the UN, warned that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu planned a ground offense in Rafah will add additional layers of endless tragedy for the hundreds of thousands of suffering Palestinians who have taken refuge there. I jump down. So it's not just Israel, but it says who, and it's the point I wanted to get it because America go be drugged into it. But it says the U.S. has blood on its hands because it's attached to Israel. It says none of Israel's relentless bloodshed in Gaza would be possible were it not for U.S. taxpayers whose hard-earned money is routinely funneled into Israel's coffers to bless the, JEW-ish ethno-state. And even the U.S. is now warning. Even the U.S. is now warning against Netanyahu's murderous plans for Rafah. So America telling him don't do it. The UN told him don't do it. America telling him don't do it. It says, even now, the U.S. is warning against Netanyahu's murderous plan for Rafah, which it cannot be emphasized enough was an Israeli designated safe zone for Palestinians. This is what the UN said. Any major military operation in Rafah at this time, under these circumstances, with more than 1 million, probably more like 1.5 million Palestinians seeking refuge, without due consideration for their safety, will be a disaster, the UN National Security Council warned, John Kirby, and further describing Israel's offensive as over the top. In other words, you're doing too much, Netanyahu. You already got northern Gaza in the middle of the strip. Why are you trying to kill everybody now? And you know why it's important? I'm going to play this quick video. And that's pretty much it, Zaquan. We can end it. But you know why it's important? I want to show this because this Rafah, now this the whole strip, this the end of it. This Rafah right here. Now remember, a month ago, what did Egypt say? We not let no Palestinian in.
Yeah.
We ain't let nobody in. So this the point. If Netanyahu and Israel start shooting missiles on this area, and he said they go send ground troops, where these people gonna go if Egypt not gonna let them in? So now Egypt gonna have to retaliate if they try to run in. So they're gonna be stuck back against the wall. So this might be a lot of bloodshed, man. That could further lead to World War III. You see? I'll play this quick vid real quick.
We're now 4 months into the current.
Oh, let me put the sound on. Okay.
The whole once you play it, he should not be satisfied with blood.
Okay. I think that's Ezekiel 35. Yeah. I think it's Ezekiel 35. I got you though. Where we at? So let me play this quick vid and they go kind of explain. Okay, they go kind of explain it. All right, here we go.
We're now 4 months into the current conflict, and experts have been mapping the damage done to buildings. You can see them here, these red dots. The damage starts in the north, but over time moves south. Israeli forces have urged people to move south too for their own safety. Many have, but fighting has often ended up in these very places. The current flashpoint is here, in Rafah, close to the border with Egypt. Hundreds of thousands of people have been...
So like, I'm gonna pause it just to take it back, just to show. So this what Israel did so far. You know, they took northern and they give you the date October 17th. You know, they came in, as you see right here, the damage that's been done, and it's going to increase and it's going to go down the map, middle of Israel, and it's going to lead all the way to, as we see right here in Rafah at the borders, and it's Egypt.
Into buildings.
So really, they putting these people back against the wall.
You can see them here. We're now 4 months into the current conflict, and experts have been mapping the damage done to buildings. You can see them here, these red dots. The damage starts in the north, but over time moves south. Israeli forces have urged people to move south too for their own safety. Many have, but fighting has often ended up in these very places. The current flashpoint is here, in Rafah, close to the border with Egypt. Hundreds of thousands of people have been displaced in Gaza. Sometimes they've moved several times. This is a satellite image from October. And this is the change in January. Tents now cover a wide area, leading to Rafah being dubbed a tent city. This verified video gives a sense of conditions. Here, tents have been built around a cemetery. You can see more in the distance too. The population of Rafah has shot up as people fled here. The UN says it's now 1.5 million compared to 250,000 in 2022. Strikes on Rafah have escalated in recent days. This image shows some of the destruction. This appears to be just beside where the 2 Israeli hostages were rescued last night. The IDF says this video shows that rescue, and it's just beside the area where we have identified the damage. Israel's allies, though, have expressed concern about the impact of an offensive. A particular worry is if there's anywhere safe for people to flee to. The Rafah crossing is closed to most. And
you hear that? So Israel allies, America, the UN, these people asking. So if you invade Rafah, the last place these 1.5 million people got to go, where they gonna run to? So they're asking Netanyahu, what is you really trying to do here? What are we doing here? You know,
Right.
what are we doing? Because you already know Egypt said they're not going to let the people in. And even when you read the article, they liken it to the Israelites running out of Egypt and our back was against the water. That's the situation they're in right now to paint it a picture. Because Egypt said, if look, y'all ain't coming over here if y'all try, it's over. So what are you trying to do? He's trying to completely wipe these people out. What you think this going to push us closer to World War III and all things happening, which we know the MOTB, but things are hot, man. Are hot.
Yes, sir.
And Israel's yet to lay out any evacuation plan.
Right, they don't know. They said Israel have yet to lay out any. In other words, we don't know. We ain't think of that yet. But our troops and these missiles ready to be shot. And they ready to go over there.
They say that would come when an offensive in Rafah is confirmed.
So they said, look, when we'll think of that when it happens. When we make our move, we'll think of that on the run. Come on, man. But I got this precept for Elder Taza Power.
Man.
Yeah, man. So let me real quick. I got this for you. This Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 16. It says, "A enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to overthrow thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood."
Yeah, Netanyahu is bloodthirsty. He didn't kill. They didn't probably killed hundreds of thousands, at least tens of thousands, and still that ain't enough. He want them ethically, damn it,
Ethnic cleansed.
right, ethically cleansed from off that land. You know, that's a major humanitarian atrocity that's going on over there. You know, there ain't nobody helping them people.
I get this one real quick. This Jeremiah 49 and 20, because this is what it's going to lead to. The more Israel do, and again, America said, you're going over top. Don't do it. The UN said, don't do it. But the Lord got it into Netanyahu's spirit to not to stop, to, like the elder just said, to be bloodthirsty. And it's going to lead to America being forced to have to defend Israel, one point or another. Jeremiah 49 and 20. It says, "Therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh, that he have taken against Edom," that the Most High, his plans against Esau. It says, "and his purposes, that he have purpose against the inhabitants of Teman." It says, "Surely the least of the flock, Israel, shall draw them out, and surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them." So America gonna be forced to go over there, however they do it, send troops, be forced to go to war to take Israel back. You see, have Israel back, and that's gonna lead to America destruction and Israel destruction, man. At the end of the day, because America gonna be forced to make decisions they don't want to make. They already telling the man don't do it, but he's saying we still doing it. That's another house divided against itself. Allies divided against themselves. You know, but you got as a client. That's all I had.
That least of the flock is in reference to Amalek, all right? Because those people over there calling themselves Israel, they've stolen our persona. The Hebrew Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So they're over there perpetrating a fraud, all right? They putting on the facade of being Israelis. That's us, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans predominantly, and that's our land, all right? They are the biblical Amalekites, and that's who the least of the flock is referring to. All right, those are Edomites of the tribe of Amalek. And they're going to be the ones solely responsible for kicking off this third war, which is this third world conflict. And we see it shaping up. We see it shaping up. This man, he will stop at nothing to try to gain all of that territory in our land of Israel. and it's going to lead them to their destruction and downfall. So yeah, brother.
Con. I think this is a good one right here to go with that we was talking about with Trump. Isaiah 19:4. The brother had posted it on I have a mouth, hopes to bear that number bar. It says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over themselves, the Lord of hosts. You know. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I threw all the articles in the chat. You know, for those, you know, sisters, whoever want to check them out. So there's been another, you know, another Thursday live. And shalom to the elder. I believe that's the elder Ayashamath in Mississippi. Yahweh Shemal Shah Brakatah. You know, but yeah, as you see, again, I run through the title. Thursday live, 1,000 earthquakes in 7 days. Let's refresh it just to see. We've been going for a couple minutes. Let's see. So look, for the past 30 minutes now, it's been another one. It's been another one. So now it's 1,113 just in the west coast of America. And the Lord said, when you see these things, know we're in that time. Also, it's been talking that from Republicans and Democrats, Biden got to get out of office. It's about that time. And the 25th Amendment got to get invoked. You know, that's been a talks. And what is the 25th Amendment? Presidential disability and succession. And the first section is, in case of the removal of a president from office or his death or resignation, the vice president shall become president. So who knows? You know, as the scriptures say, we read it, 2 Ezra 9 in the GNT, a sign of the end will be unstable leaders. Unstable leaders. Right here. Unstable leaders and confused rulers. So that's right along with prophecy. This man calling people out their name, talking about, yeah, I talked to so-and-so the other day, come to find out the dude died in 1996. Hey, I think that's funny, man. But we see that. That's crazy. But you know, yet Netanyahu, man, he ain't stopping. The Lord got a spirit. He got blood in his eyes. You know, he got blood in his eyes. He ain't stopping. America telling him stop. The UN telling him to stop. He going for it all. So we'll see what that lead to. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. You could take us out as a corner if you want.
Come on, brother. Come on. Yeah, man. We pray you brothers and the sisters on here were edified. All right. Hey, to the next one, we're gonna give our praises, honor, and glory again before we get out of here too. Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. All right. So, man, you brothers stay up, stay posted, stay on your watch, and be circumspect, because yeah, we are in the time of you know, uncertainty. Anything can go down at any time, so be on the alert. All right. And to the next one, Shalom.
Shalom. Yahweh Shema Shabrak Atham. The water for tuning in. Shalom.